I don't even know what date it is. I think it's the 15th. I just checked my Echo, but it is Sunday the 15th of September. I have been recovering since, I would say, Thursday from being sick. As you can tell, I look absolutely terrible, and I do not sound very good either. But I don't know what I have. I just came down with something pretty gnarly on Thursday. Everything was pretty okay. I felt like I was getting sick just a little bit on Thursday. Throughout the day I was working, and then around like 6 o'clock I was sitting on the couch watching The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. I just all of a sudden just came down with a fever. It was terrible. I could just tell that I was gonna be going through it for a couple days. And then on Friday it was probably the worst day. I tried to work, but I just couldn't do it. So luckily my boss let me take the day off, and I just rested all day. Literally was in bed from basically the minute that I logged off work until I fell asleep. So I barely left bed at all. And then yesterday I again rested. Luckily on Friday night, I think my fever broke, because there was a very like distinct feeling of like, okay, I feel a little bit better, but now this is like shifting from like a general feeling of like being hot, having cold chills, feeling very like a throbbing sensation in my head, feeling very lethargic and just weak, to no longer feeling that way, but just feeling very heavy in my head, very congested, not as hot, but just very congested, especially in my ears. So I went from fever to just dealing with congestion and cough. So I've been dealing with that. I've been taking some medication all weekend, and it's now Sunday. I'm feeling the best that I've felt since Thursday. I sound terrible, but I feel okay. The only thing that I'm feeling today is just, again, heaviness in my face due to a lot of sinus congestion. I must have picked something up when I was in New York City. I am grateful to be feeling better. Even if I'm still very congested and uncomfortable, I want to focus again on resting today, but also I do want to be a little bit more active in terms of doing things that I was supposed to be doing that I didn't do because I was sick. So I was supposed to be filming a reading vlog for mood reading. I'm gonna start a new reading vlog today. I don't know how long it's gonna be. It might just be like a mini one, because the book that I'm currently reading is Crescent City House. I almost said House of Sky and Breath. No, this is House of Earth and Blood. This is the first Crescent City book. I'm like 75 pages in, so I'm not very far into it. It's like over 700 pages. But that is what I'm reading right now, and I feel like that's obviously going to take me a long time to complete. I don't know if that's going to be the only book I read in the reading vlog, or if I will be able to just sit down for hours today and knock out a good chunk of it and then keep reading it throughout the week. But I'm basically going to have to push back this reading vlog to basically next week. It was supposed to be last week that I filmed it, but it's going to have to happen today and next week. Sit down and read for the day, but I thought I would kind of update you on how my reading is going for the reading vlog, let me turn off this air purifier because it's kind of loud. So the first book that I am reading in this reading vlog is Crescent City, House of Earth and Blood by Sarah J. Maas. This is quite a long book, so we will see if I even end up getting to another book in this reading vlog, but I just kind of wanted to do a little bit of a mood read with me, and this is what I've been feeling. I've been starting a bunch of books and then not continuing them. I started one, I think that's called like The Lachlan Feud, like the Scarlet Princess or something like that, on Kindle Unlimited, and then I have started a few other ones here and there, but nothing has really been holding my interest except for this. I am almost 150 pages into this, and so far I'm really interested. I think the first, I would say 25 to 35 pages, I was really confused, and I kind of had to just like keep pushing through and have faith that in the near future I would understand what they were talking about. But eventually it did start to make sense, so I was like, thank God. But I kept reading, and around page like 50 and 75, around that area, I would say things really started to make more sense, and I got really hooked into the story because something crazy happens that, by the way, I had no idea happened. So if you've read this book, I clearly did not read the description of the book before jumping into it because it kind of talks about it in the description, but I was like really shocked by what happens around like page 50. I don't know if it was like page 75. I think it was page 75. But anyways, now I'm more invested in the story. I will say it's kind of, at first it wasn't really moving very quickly, but I feel like it's moving quicker now. I did end up buying it on my Kindle because with books this size, I feel like I always end up buying it on my Kindle and just reading because it goes so much quicker when it's like a thick book. And I just am not the type of person who can get over the mental hurdle of like looking at this. It's so intimidating, and I feel like it really affects the reading experience for me. So I read the first like 130 pages on the physical book, and then I caved and got it on my Kindle. I've been reading it on the Kindle. I really like the Kindle experience with this book. It's been going very well. It's pretty easy to get through, and I feel like I am flipping the pages really quickly, which is good. So I'm about to sit down and read for the evening for just a little bit, and then I am gonna go to bed, but I will update you again when something happens that's like interesting about this book. But it's quite a long one, so we will see how long it ends up taking me to read it. But I do want to make some good progress tomorrow and the day after in this book, because I really don't want to be reading this for multiple weeks. I want to have I don't know, at least 2 books in this vlog, but this book is like the size of 2 books, so we'll see how it ends up going. Hi guys, I just wanted to pop in real quick and give you an update on the reading vlog and let you know that I have switched over from Crescent City 1, which is House of Earth and Blood, to reading Scarlet Princess, which is the first book in the Lachlan Feuds series. It's very quick, very short. I think it's a total of like 312 pages, which is just what I need right now. Going from a longer book like Kingdom of Ash to Crescent City 1, House of Earth and Blood, I feel like might not have been the best idea. I mean, I did read Wild Eyes in between, but that one was also a little bit on the longer side in the 400 page range. I feel like I just needed a palate cleanser, something easy and quick to read, and this has been absolutely perfect. I started it yesterday and I'm already almost done with it. I am just about 80% done, so I'm really enjoying it so far. It's addictive, it's fast, it's everything that I want in just like a quick romantasy, and I'm pretty sure it's like in Scotland, which I love. I love Scotland, I'm obsessed with Scotland. So all of the vibes that it's giving are right up my alley. I am eating it up, just quite plainly. I think that the pacing is really well done. I think it was a little quick in the beginning where maybe we could have slowed down a little bit and gotten to know the characters a little bit more, because I feel like we don't really know the main character super well in terms of like her backstory. But I think in terms of plot, it's very quick. There's always something going on. There's always something engaging to kind of hold on to and to look forward to. I like the romance. I like what's going on with that. I like that there's kind of a little bit of a journey or a quest of some sort going on. I wouldn't say a quest, but a journey in the story, which makes it more engaging and more interesting. And I'm enjoying learning more about the culture of this world and what's going on between the different warring kingdoms and all of that. Yeah, I'm really enjoying it. It's going very well. I heard about this because I heard it was just like a really quick fantasy series, almost like a romantasy series, and it's on Kindle Unlimited, I think. So I downloaded it and I have just been reading and I just can't put it down. So I literally have 40 minutes left of the book, and I think what I'm gonna do is just sit here and finish it tonight, and then I will update you guys tomorrow on my final thoughts on that book, and then we will continue reading Crescent City, or I might start a different book. I don't know. We'll have to see how Crescent City goes, because I'm really enjoying it. It's just very long, so it's going to take me a long time to finish that. I wanted to give you an update, let you guys know that I'm no longer reading that as of right now. I'm reading this book, and it's going very well, and you know, this is a mood read vlog, so I do kind of want to just go with whatever I'm feeling and not force myself to read anything that's too intimidating or too long or whatever it is. Let's continue reading. Hi guys, so I wanted to give you guys a quick update. I have been reading Tarnished Crown by Robin D. Molly and L. Madison. This is what it looks like. It is the second book in the Lachlan Feuds series, and I was just reading earlier this week Scarlet Princess, and I finished that. I ended up giving that one a 4 stars. I thought it was really good. It was really quick and fun and fast and just really easy to get into. You know, the world isn't confusing at all. It's very easy to understand and just kind of hop into and get started with, which is exactly what I needed. I needed something lighthearted and just easy to read. So I was pleasantly surprised by that book and really had a good time reading it. It was everything that I needed in that moment, especially just kind of a palate cleanser in between reading Crescent City and all of these things. The loose premise of the series is that basically a princess from one land is smuggling something in from another country slash land to her land, but the tunnel that she's in is kind of blocked. So she gets trapped and she basically is captured by the people of this other land. They have been kind of warring with her land for years, for history. So she is stuck in this power struggle between her country, but also not even just between her country and this other country, but between the clans of this country itself. And there's a romance that goes on. It's very good. I feel like the writing is surprisingly a lot better than I was expecting. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know why, but sometimes some of these like romantic-y books that are more of like a palate cleanser don't have as good of writing, but the writing in this book is very good in both the first one and the second one. So I have been really enjoying this series. The first one, like I said, I gave it a 4 stars. It was great. It wasn't the best thing I've ever read. I don't think I'll think about it that much. However, I really did enjoy it and it was exactly what I needed at the moment. So that's why I gave it a 4 stars instead of like a 3. Yeah, I just felt like it was exactly what I was looking for. I just love when you like really want to read something and you're like mood reading, which is, you know, what this video is, but you find the perfect book for the mood that you're in, and that's how it felt with that book. And so that's why I continued on the series, because I was just enjoying it so much. I've been reading it on my Kindle, on Kindle Unlimited, but I also have 3 credits for Audible, so I downloaded it on Audible too. And I was just doing a puzzle, and while I was doing the puzzle, I was listening to this book on audiobook, and the audiobook is also really enjoyable and really fun to read. I'm about 56% through this book. I'm hoping to kind of sit and read for another hour or so. It's already like 10 o'clock. I'll probably read for like another hour. I don't think I'm gonna finish it today, but if I don't finish it today, I will definitely finish it tomorrow, and then we can sit down and chat about the book. That's how that's going. I will update you once I'm done with this book and tell you about my reading and what I thought and all of that good stuff. But I'm gonna sit here and read for a little bit. Hello everyone, I'm about to sit down to start an intense round of puzzling. I've been really into puzzles recently, and what I do is I listen to audiobooks while I do the puzzle, and it really helps the audiobook go by really quickly. In the past week, I did one puzzle. It took me like 4 or 5 days, and I listened to 3 audiobooks in that time. Granted, I was listening to it when I wasn't puzzling here and there, but for the majority of the time, I was sitting down and puzzling for just hours. That's what I'm about to do. I have a new puzzle. This one is The World of Jane Austen. I'm about to listen to the audiobook, get started. The audiobook that I'm listening to is Obsidian Throne, which is the 4th book in the Lachlan Feud series. The other 3 are the 3 books that I finished. And yeah, I'm just gonna be listening to that. I also have The Perfect Couple here in case I want to start this later tonight. I'm not really sure if I'm going to, but I just wanted to have it nearby in case I decided that I wanted to do that. But that's what I'm gonna do. I have some laundry going. I'm also currently making some spaghetti to eat for dinner, even though it's already like 10 o'clock. I've just been working. Even after 5 o'clock, I had a lot of things that I just wanted to get done, so I worked probably until like 8 o'clock, maybe even later than that. I don't know, but I've just been on the phone with my mom since then, and then just started a new load of laundry. I'm gonna eat, I'm gonna puzzle, I'm gonna listen to my book. It's gonna be great. Hello everyone, I'm back again to puzzle and listen to audiobook. I am listening to Obsidian Throne still. I'm now almost 70% into the book, so I thought I'd give a little bit of a reading update and let you know what I'm thinking about it. I am liking this one more, I think, than the third one. I think there's a lot more at stake. There's a lot more politics going on, and I kind of like that the main character is acting more independent and more, I don't know, she's making more moves in this book than the last one, and I really like that because I think sometimes in these fantasy books the main female character can kind of be like controlled by some of the male characters, and I don't really like that in these types of books, but I like that she is now kind of going and doing her own thing to try and help the cause. So anyways, there's a lot of interesting things going on. A lot is happening. There's some action. We're getting to, I feel like, the main plot that has really been building up in the entire series, which I'm excited for because I feel like I said, like, there has just been a lot of build up, and I just kind of want to get there and see what happens and know what the outcome is going to be. But I feel like it's not going to be what I expect because there's already been a few like small plot twists that I wasn't expecting, which I really like because I'm pretty good at usually like guessing what the plot twist is going to be or guessing what's going to happen. So I like when a book can kind of stump me and like make me shocked at something that happens, and I feel like that's happened a few times in this book series. So I'm going to keep listening. I really like it. I'm loving the audiobooks. I will say that in this book there's a dual perspective. In the other ones it's all just in the main female character's perspective, but this book is in both the MMC and FMC's perspective, and I'm not that big of a fan of the narrator for the MMC. I just feel like it's a little, he's doing a little too much, but I really do like the narrator for our main character, Rowan. I've enjoyed all the books that she's narrated before in this series, so yeah, I'm liking the audiobooks. I had a bunch of credits on Audibles. Anyways, I am now going to sit here and work on my puzzle that I started yesterday. I got the outline of it done, like all the edge pieces are put together, so it's really just a matter of putting together the middle part now, and I have all the extra pieces in here, so yeah, let's get to work. Good morning, everybody. I am using my phone as a microphone because I've got the laundry going in the background and I've got the dehumidifier going right in front of me, so there's a lot of noise going on. But I wanted to give you a quick update about reading and just let you know what's been going on. And this is going to be the conclusion of this reading vlog. I, in total, read 4 books in this reading vlog, all in the same series. I did start one book, Crescent City, House of Earth and Blood, but I didn't finish that, and I am going to start reading that soon. But I wanted to kind of sit down and let you know what my thoughts were and give you an update on the last one I was reading, which is Obsidian Throne. I need to change my battery though because my camera is dying, so give me 1 second. Battery has been changed. We are all good. As I mentioned in this video, I read 4 books. Those 4 books were Scarlet Princess, Tarnished Crown, Crimson Kingdom, and Obsidian Throne. And these 4 books are all of the books that are in the Lachlan Feud series by Robin Molly and Elle Madison. I don't know if that's how you say their names, but hopefully that's somewhat correct. So overall, I would rate this series probably a 4.5 stars out of 5. I really enjoyed the relationship aspect of it. The romance was really great. I liked the friendships that were going on. I liked the family relationships in this story. So I feel like these authors did a really great job of building up characters and relationships in the series that made me want to keep coming back for more. I do think that this is kind of, at least my perception was that it was going to be a little bit of like a romantic-y vibe. However, I would say that the fantastical elements of this book are very, very few and far between, if you will. There's not a lot of like magic or anything like that, really. I mean, there's some aspects that are here and there, but it's just by no means the main point of the series. I feel like the series is more of a political kingdom royalty romance, if you will. I would definitely categorize it more in the romance category. However, there is a lot of politics that goes on throughout the series that I really like. And one thing about me is that I love a monarchy. Okay, not in terms of like, you know, I want to live under a monarchy, but I'm saying as a history major, I find monarchies and kings and queens and that kind of system of rule very fascinating. And some of my favorite eras of history to learn about are England and France in the 1600s, medieval times even, and learning about the monarchy system that they had set up. I think those stories and that like kind of royalty is very interesting to me. So I really liked that aspect of this book. I liked the power struggle, the politics. I liked the tension between the two warring like nations that was going on in this book series. I found that very interesting, and I think that was one thing that I really enjoyed about the series throughout. Obviously, the romance was really good. I feel like we kind of took a whole journey, if you will. I would say I thought things were going to go one way, and then throughout the series, things really dramatically changed. So that was a pleasant surprise. I really enjoyed that part of it. But yeah, having known absolutely nothing about this series going in, I really enjoyed it, and it was just really quick and fun series to read, and it was exactly what I needed, because I feel like I was looking for a palate cleanser. And if you are like feeling like you might be going into a book slump, or you just want something really lighthearted and doesn't really take a lot of brain power to read, this might be the series for you. Anyways, in terms of Obsidian Throne, which is the last book, I know I gave you guys a little bit of an update about the first three. I'm pretty sure I rated the first one 4, the second one 4.5, third one 4.5, and then this last one I rated 4 stars. And I just think that's because certain aspects of it weren't very memorable to me. Like even now, I just finished it a few days ago, and some of it I don't really recall what happened because it wasn't very exciting. I also feel like sometimes in these types of books, the endings kind of work out a little too easily, if you will. That's one reason I love Sarah J. Maas, is because even though things typically do work out in the end, I mean, that's what happens in a lot of books, there is tragedy. There are people that we lose along the way, and it feels more realistic that way. And the endings are always really complex, and things that I never really would have guessed would happen. And this book, I feel like it was a little bit predictable. The ending was it was wrapped up very nicely with a cute little bow on top. There's nothing wrong with that. I think that's kind of what you look for in a palate cleanser series. But for me personally, I enjoy a book that has a very complex ending that ties all the pieces together really creatively. So anyways, that's why I ended up giving Obsidian Throne 4 stars. But as a series, as a whole, I would rate the whole series 4.5 stars for its enjoyability, just quickness. I was laughing out loud sometimes. I really recommend the audiobooks. I did not like them. Okay, so the last book has multiple POVs. It has the guy's POV and the girl's POV. I did not really like the narrator who did the guy's POV because I was just kind of cringing a little bit. The first 3 and the girl's POV of the last one, which is the majority of the book, I would recommend. I think it's a really great audiobook, and it was a really fantastic experience, in my opinion. Also, they're all on Kindle Unlimited, which is how I originally started reading them. I don't even have the physical books, so I would obviously recommend downloading them on your Kindle with Kindle Unlimited if that is something that you choose to pay for. One of my goals this month has been to use my Kindle Unlimited membership more. I feel like I spend whatever it is, $10 a month on this Kindle Unlimited membership, and then I rarely ever use it. So I'm really happy that I got good use out of it with these 4 books from this series. And yeah, 10 out of 10 experience on Kindle Unlimited this month. I think I have outdone myself a little bit. And also I did use some of my Audible credits to get the audiobooks. So I'm really liking this whole audiobook, Kindle Unlimited thing I've got going on. So yeah, those are the books that I read in this reading vlog. I don't have them physically with me. I also did start House of Earth and Blood, which is the first book in Crescent City. I am about almost 30% through that book, but I'm gonna keep going. I will say so far I'm enjoying it, but it's not my favorite Sarah J. Maas book that I've read so far. I don't know, like maybe in the second half of the book things will get crazy, which they tend to do, but right now I'm not as hooked into it as I was in like Throne of Glass. Throne of Glass, I was hooked immediately from the first book. I will say ACOTAR in the first book, I was a little confused at the beginning, so maybe it's gonna pull one of those here in this series, but I don't know. It's not my favorite so far. I don't know if urban fantasy is really my forte. I'm gonna keep reading, and I am hopefully going to like it a lot lot more by the end of the series. So that is all for this reading vlog. I hope you guys enjoyed and maybe found your next read. I know I read books from all the same series, but honestly, that's just what my mood was, and this is a mood reading vlog, so I guess it was very true to that. But I hope you guys will check out that book series. I really enjoyed it. It was just so fun and fast, and I think it could be a really enjoyable read for you. So let me know what you guys have been reading recently, and I will look in the comments and hopefully get my next recommendation. But for now, that is all from me. I will talk to you guys very soon in my next video, and I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. I'm also about to chomp down my breakfast because it has just been sitting here this whole time, and I made a coffee. So I'm about to have a morning, if you will.